Welcome to the Love Kingdom. This is Dr. Nelson talking to you, giving you a word of love. Today, I've come with a question from one of my clients. What is the point of being in a relationship? Well, she came to me with that question because she had a relationship. She's 26 years old. She was in a relationship for 2 years, and that relationship, of course, is about to end because the guy was cheating on her. And this is the second guy in her life. As a love partner. Now she came with another example of a brother who refuses to be in a relationship and chose to become a priest in a Catholic church. So all these things, of course, really are very confusing, really. And please don't rush into a confusion of your mind, because really there's a lot of pain in relationship, and people really are struggling how to stay afloat in the relationship, to stay happy in the relationship, to see the meaning of being in a relationship. And people in relationships, people who are married, and the rates of people who are cheating in the relationship is growing very fast. So I think everyone should really ask this question. What is the point of being in a relationship? Number one, of course, as a human being, of course, you are a social being. And because you're a social being, you need someone close to you. You know, when you're growing up from the day you are born, of course, you always were very close with your siblings, with your parents, and all this. So in that particular environment, when you're growing up in your family, of course, you are being taught how important are other people, apart from yourself. So when your parents were taking care of you, you're always receiving all you needed from your parents as you're growing up as a toddler. Your parents were making all the effort to make you happy. But once you've grown up, you're going to school, you realize there are other people who are very different from your parents, from your relatives in your family. So you need to know how to handle people who are coming from different backgrounds. And that's not the easiest thing, because we are grown in a family where that family has got certain beliefs, certain values, and you really want to really use those values, those beliefs which you found yourself in your family. You want to use them in another environment, either in school or in college, wherever it is, or in the working place. All those things are part of who you are. You need to interact with other people. So the point really is there's a need for you to know how to handle relationship. So the point is, well, you can't live in isolation. You always need somebody. It doesn't matter how rich you are. It doesn't matter how strong you feel you are. You will always need somebody close to you. Depression, people who are depressed, people who are in a mental hospital, it's because they didn't get somebody close to them to love them. You've heard of people committing suicide. You know, they have got all the money. One comedian 2 years back committed suicide. Why should someone kill himself? He's got all the money that other people desire. Why? Because something has gone wrong in his or her relationship. And you feel so bad about yourself, and you don't see the point of living. Why? Because your relationship with others was not smooth enough. So number one, you need to always remember that as a social being, you need to be in a relationship. Once you know that, you have an obligation, my friend. You've got a big obligation. How do I handle other people? For example, if you don't want people to talk negatively about you, remember, people will always talk negatively about you. It doesn't matter how good you are. People will hurt you. Not because you are a bad person, just because they've got their own problems. So you need to learn by yourself how to handle relationship. Because relationship is something you need. You can't live without relationship. So once you know that you've got an obligation to learn how to handle relationship, you need to know, number one, of course, once you're in that stage, is how to communicate to yourself. People need to understand you to love you. People need to understand you to really be able really to appreciate your existence in this world. So you need to know how to really to express yourself to people in such a way people want to be close to you. People will feel, well, it's a beneficial thing to be around you. You know, this lady who came to my office, really, and when I was talking to her, I asked her about, what are your hobbies? And she gave me some of the hobbies, but she said, sometimes I love going out, but I don't want to go out on weekends. I said, why? And she said, well, I just don't want crowds. I told her, you've got another problem which you didn't know that you've got a problem. You see, so there are people with problems, but they don't have got problems. But someone else will be able to tell you exactly, something is not right here. So that's why you need somebody to correct you, because as a human being, you will always make mistakes. You don't know everything. You need somebody to tell you, well, this is not right. You see, one day I remember I didn't really zip my trouser, you see, and I was going to buy something in a shop. And when I went to that shop, really, a young lady saw that I didn't really zip my trouser, and you know what? She wrote in a piece of paper, please put your zip in the right direction. You see, so I mean, it is somebody. I walked all the way. Nobody told me that. Well, your zip is unzipped, but somebody had to tell me in a clever way. So you need people to help you really be a person of value in this society, in society you're living. So once you learn how to express yourself, now you need to be able to learn how to understand others. Now, understanding others is not easy, because some people, they don't want to be challenged. If they do something wrong, they would want to keep it doing it forever. There are those strange people. So don't worry about them. Just build yourself, what they call in psychology, self-esteem. If somebody doesn't really love you, doesn't care about your feelings, you know how to tell him exactly what he's supposed to do. For example, somebody talks negatively about you, and you know that you don't deserve those kind of remarks. Do you go and lock yourself in a room and start crying? No. You just say, okay, what the psychologists are calling it reframing. Well, this guy doesn't know me. This guy doesn't understand me. Doesn't know my history. So he's just mistaken. Maybe he's talking to somebody differently. So once you know how to put a label in whatever comment somebody said about you, negative one, which really you feel as if I should really react and really be angry. You can just dilute it and feel comfortable about this person. Next time, of course, he does the same thing, of course, you'll always be strong enough to say, well, this is not big enough to hurt me. So once you learn from an experience with another person, you can really use the same thing and help somebody else really be able to treat you in a positive way. Another thing which you need to always remember, why it's important to be in a relationship, is because you need a special person. A special person is someone who will treat you in such a way that you feel that in this whole world, I've got someone so special, apart from your parents, apart from anybody else in this whole world. And this is what you call a boyfriend, a girlfriend. Now, in the way you react to his words, his actions, you are learning how to be intimate with that person. Once you get a girlfriend or a boyfriend, that's the time to learn how to be intimate, to be close to somebody. That's somebody who knows exactly what is going on in your heart. Things which you can share with anybody, you can share with this person. This is something you need to always remember. It's important to be in a relationship because you are learning how to live and enjoy your life to the fully. Now, the thing is, once you get in a relationship, you need to have someone who is excited about being in a relationship with you. Someone who is not excited about being in a relationship with you will always cause trouble in your heart. Someone who is proud to have you. For example, a lot of men, of course, they are after very beautiful girl because they really feel proud to have a beautiful woman by their side. Why? Because they feel good. You are contributing towards something in the heart of that particular person. But all in all, what you need to know, everyone has got a value. And once you know the value of that person, you will always try to contribute toward the benefit and the well-being of that particular person. Short of that, you will always be a complaining person. And that's not a good thing to have. Remember, my friend, love is something everyone needs. If you don't get enough love, you are starving. And therefore, every day, in any relationship, remember, challenging someone, telling something what is going on in your heart to somebody close to you is something you need to do. Number 4, you need to always remember that your partner is a human being like anybody else, will make mistakes. So you need to learn how to use his mistakes to your advantage. This is something a lot of people haven't learned about. How to use the mistakes of your partner to your advantage. What I mean here is this. The mistakes that your partner is making will help you to understand him to be a better lover to your soul. So don't take the mistakes as something, as a proof that he's a bad guy. No, use them as something to use to build a better character of him. And that's why there's this word forgiveness. Forgiveness opens doors for somebody to become a new person. If you can't forgive somebody, you can't love somebody. And you cannot love somebody without forgiving him. So this element of forgiveness also need to be incorporated in relationship, because everyone makes a mistake. Just as a pencil must have a rubber to erase when you've written something wrong, the same applies in a relationship. We need forgiveness. And therefore, the point why we need a relationship is because we need someone who will have mercy upon us. Now, to finish, I just want to assure you, once you are in a relationship, don't give in to fear. Do not let fear be a deciding factor. You will ruin the relationship you enter. Because fear shows you there's a danger. And once you know the danger comes from someone you love, you need to help him see how that can endanger your relationship. Once you know how to handle the mistake of your partner, you will always have something to celebrate. You celebrate the goodness, the good points of your partner, but you always celebrate the life you are in, because you are in a relationship that is so dear to your heart, to an extent that if someone wants to take the person you are in a relationship with, you get angry. That's what they call jealousy. Jealousy, everyone has it. Nobody tells you that he is not jealousy. He's telling you a lie. It's a part of human nature to be jealous, because we value what we have got. Well, any question, just write an email. My email is down there. So subscribe to this channel, and you'll always be able to get all the right material today and always.